Now, I'm going to show you a brand new feature we've just added, which is really revolutionary, called Boost Similarity. It says beta, but it just makes everything perfect, and we're going to keep improving it going forward. What this does is, normally when you try to clone your voice, whether it's in English or another language or whatever the case might be, even in cases of dubbing and that sort of thing, number one biggest issue is that your voice might not sound like you. In other words, pacing. Maybe you speak too fast or slightly slow. Maybe your voice sometimes does not have that type of pitch or tonality as maybe a radio jockey voice, right? And there's all these issues that which can come across where it doesn't sound like you. It sounds like a professional version of you, or it might sound like a boring version of you, whatever the case might be. In my particular case, I'll show you, sometimes my voice sounds like British when you do with other application. I'll show you that example in just a bit. Sometimes it may not exactly sound like me, or whatever the case might be. We've fixed all that with Boost Similarity, and it's in beta, and it'll always keep getting better because we haven't factored in millions of different voices, but with the ones we've tested, it's just the best in the industry. Okay. And that also makes this one feature applicable to every single aspect of generating voices and audios and voiceovers within CloneVoice.ai. That means it's the same thing for podcasts. We've implemented the same thing. We've integrated this into many areas within the application, which is going to make it really powerful, sometimes even automated. And so let me show you real time right now the true power of this one feature with real live examples. I'm going to make this whole test completely transparent. What voices I'm cloning, what is the end result, multilingual, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so first things first, let me show you this audio of mine that I'm cloning. Because see, sometimes, I try to speak slowly. Sometimes I'm speaking like I'm doing a tutorial. Sometimes I'm more excited like I am right now, where I'm trying to just show you my excitement. That's a little bit different tonality, right? So in this particular case, let me show you the actual original audio so you understand how it sounds like. Then what I'll show you is how does the clone voice sound like within Clone Voice, and how does a podcast sound like, and that sort of thing. So first things, this is the voice. You see this Paul voice, October 2nd. This is the voice that I've generated. I just named it as such. Let me play it right now.
What if I told you the AI landscape from just last year is already ancient history? It's not an exaggeration. The pace of artificial intelligence is truly mind-blowing. Think about it. Just a few short years ago, AI struggled with basic tasks. Today,
All right, pretty clear, right? So let me actually show you Yash's voice right now. Again, I'm going to play a little bit. This is the other one I'll be cloning, okay?
Yeah, so now the way we look at this problem is like, okay, we first of all drive the conclusion that, okay, one.
All right, so it's basically the title of this is called Yash Voice Perfect, correct? All right, so now what I'm going to do is very straightforward, okay? I will go into CloneVoice.ai, okay? We'll go into choose instant. I will upload this file, okay? These files that I'm trying to show you right now. So as you can see here, this is that Paul voice. This is the title of that. So I'll just name it Paul YouTube stream voice. Okay, example, because just so you know, I'm trying to show you this demo right here. So to simplify this, and then I'll put gender and I'll language, which one I cloned it, and I'll clone the voice. Okay, so the same one I just showed you, clone. And now it's completed. Now let me do the same thing for Yash's voice. Okay, the one I played earlier. All right. All right. So in this particular case, Yash voice perfect.mp3. So again, we're starting from scratch. So I'm just going to say Yash YouTube stream demo. Okay. Or whatever it can be named, right? So then I have permission to use Yash's voice. I'll clone it. Cool. So you have Yash YouTube stream demo, Paul YouTube stream voice. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my podcasts, okay, create new podcast, okay, and you can do up to 4 speakers, by the way, but bare minimum, you need 2 speakers, okay? So select voice. I'm going to say, again, right here, I'm going to go into system and I'm going to go to clone because I cloned these voices, correct? So you see here, Paul YouTube voice, it just says right here. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to select this voice. There we go. And then I'm going to do speaker 2. Okay, there we go. I'm going to add Yash's voice here. And let me go back into the clone. And then I'm going to add in his voice right here. So I'm going to name me Paul. I'm going to name him Yash, correct? For example, I'm going to say Paul and Yash are arguing over the future productivity gains from AI. Paul is optimistic and Yash is pessimistic, mystic about this, about AI. Okay, let's just do something. This is two voices, and click. I have read and agreed, and then click create podcast. So it'll start doing its thing right now. Cool, it generated it as you can see here, podcast preview. It has Paul. All right, yes, let's dive in right in. So now I'm just going to copy this. I'll tell you why I'm copying this for later, all right? So I'll copy this right now. I just paste it into a notepad, okay? So nothing really fancy. I'll just also, I'll paste Yash's as well. You see, whoa, Paul, hold on to your horses there. And then I will paste this as well, okay? This was basically Yash's text that the AI generated, okay? And this is for comparison purposes I wanted to show you. All right. So now we'll just generate this podcast, okay? It's going to do its thing. It's doing its thing. It's going to start generating. Now, while it's generating, let me go to ElevenLabs, which is basically the #1 voice cloning platform in the world. A lot of our customers compare it to ElevenLabs. So I wanted to kind of show you a real life example of how you can basically use cloning of ElevenLabs to create stuff. Okay, so basically ElevenLabs has something called a studio here. So let's just go in and click on the studio, and then you have something called voices as well. Okay, and this is, I'm just doing this as comparison again, just to be transparent. Maybe I don't go into all the settings, so if you folks know, maybe let me know. Again, I'm just trying to compare against the best company for voice cloning, right? Who've been in there for like last few years. They've been working on it. So in here in ElevenLabs, they have something called create and clone voice. Okay. Again, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go instant voice clone. Okay. That's the only option that's available. So let me again go back here. The professional voice clone at this point in time, it says no slots available. It's not available for me. Okay. So I'm just using it, the instant voice clone option, the same one that's available within CloneVoice.ai, correct? So I'll just go in here and I'm going to click on this instant voice clone, and then I'm going to drag and drop each of their voices. So in this particular case, if you remember, Paul voice OCT2 was the one here. It pre-checked remove background noise, so I'm guessing that's good enough. So I'll just click next here, and then it's going to start cloning this voice right now. And you can give it a name and stuff like that. So I'm just going to name it Paul Stream Voice, okay? Whatever. I'm just naming up something, and then I'll click on the save thing here, okay? And then you can start generating speech with it, but I'll also do another thing. I'll skip this right now. I'll also do Yash's voice. Again, instant voice, and I'm going to drag and drop Yash voice perfect. If you remember, Yash voice perfect MP3. This one also actually had background audio and stuff too, correct? So click next, and then we can start playing this. It's going to start cloning here and stuff like that. Okay, cool. And then I'm going to say Yash stream voice. Okay, click save. All right, and I'll skip this. Now, what I wanted to kind of show you here is let's go to their studio here. Okay, studio. Okay, and then let's go into studio here, and then we'll click on blank project. Okay, and just see how these voices sound. Click next. It says audio project here. Let's go there. Again, if there is any better settings, you can let me know. I'm just going by default settings. Okay, same like how anybody would do it. And then there we go. And I'm going to say first will be Paul, stream voice, the one I just added, correct? So I'll just select this one. And then like, let's say for now, I'll just keep everything default. And then remember I said I'll do this script already, Yash thing, whatever that, basically that we generated, the AI generated for us. And then let's just click on this play button that will generate this voice. Okay. Pretty straightforward. Let's just do that right now. It's going to take a few seconds. All right, so let's play it right here. How does it sound?
All right, Yash, let's just dive right into it. I mean, everywhere you look, people are talking about AI. And for me, it's not just hype. It's genuinely the biggest productivity booster we've seen since, well, maybe
Now, you can let me know, does that sound like me? Okay, So, okay, they do have, I believe, override settings here. So let's just try that. So maybe there's a reason why it doesn't sound. So click on that. It has volume, speed, faster, slow, stability, and then similarity, okay? It boosts your overall voice clarity and similarity, or so it's 75%, I'll make it 100%, okay? Fair enough. And then what we will do is we'll just apply this, select voice it needs to be applied. I'll click on the apply button here. So it's been applied. There's also speaker boost, which I believe it will boost the similarity of the voice. Okay. Now click on again, generate. All right. To be fair, sometimes, when you're playing it on the browser, maybe there's some issues. So I'll go actually to export, and then you see audio format, whatever. Let's click on export. And then it's going to take a few seconds, I guess, to export. Let's play it in real time just to get an idea. Does it really sound like my voice or whatever it might be? Okay, there we go. The download is available. So let's just download this thing. There we go. Let's play it.
All right, Yash, let's just dive right into it. I mean, everywhere you look, people are talking about AI. And for me, it's not just hype. It's genuinely the biggest productivity booster we've seen since, well, maybe electricity or...
All right. So now, well, sounds a little bit like me, I guess. You'll be the judge. Again, that's up to you to decide. Now, let me do the same thing with Yash. I'll do the same process, and let's just try this out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the voice here, and I'm going to say Yash's voice, which was that Yash stream voice, I guess. This was the one. Again, I will put similarity as default, which in default was 75%. So we'll apply this and we'll just see what the situation is right here. And I'm going to change the script here, okay? So that we can download this as well. All right, and you can compare here. All right, so let's copy this and then right click the text that Yash will be speaking, I guess, in this case. And then just generate this.
Oh, Paul, hold your horses there. Electricity, the internet. I appreciate your optimism, I really do, but I think you're getting a little carried away. When I look at AI, I see a lot of promise, sure, but also a massive amount of overestimation, especially when it comes to actual
All right, does that sound like Yash or not? You let me know, all right? Let me do the similarity thing again. So let's override the settings and put similarity equals high, 100%, put everything, all the best settings, click apply, click again, generate, so that we can download it. All right, so it's generated. So let me just export this thing as MP3 file so that we can do like for like comparison, okay? So it's just downloading right now. There we go, there's downloaded. So let's compare right now, because my generation is also finished here, as you can see here, the productivity AI paradox. Let's compare like for like here, all right? Sentence by sentence. So this was basically without similarity being fully on for ElevenLabs, by the way, all right? So let me actually play that in right now, and you can take a look at it. This is my voice.
Welcome to Future Forward, everyone. Today we're tackling a topic that's not just on the horizon, it's already here and reshaping everything, artificial intelligence. And I mean,
sounds like me, but very Australian, right? Australian type of accent. So now let me show you the high similarity examples of mine and Yash's as well, while I play these two, so you can take a quick look at it. And we'll play one after the other so it's more natural. Okay, this is with similarity at 100%.
all right, Yash, let's just dive right into it. I mean, everywhere you look, people are talking about AI. And for me, it's not just hype. It's genuinely the biggest productivity booster we've seen since, well, maybe electricity or the internet itself.
Now let me play Yash's.
Whoa, Paul, hold your horses there. Electricity, the internet. I appreciate your optimism, I really do, but I think you're getting a little carried away. When I look at AI, I see a lot of promise, sure, but also a massive amount of overestimation, especially when it comes to actual tangible productivity gains across the board. We're talking about real sustained growth, not just fancy demos.
Now let's see Clone Voices, the same thing, right? This was the project we created. I downloaded. Let's see the example. So, real time, what all we've done here, and the accent, the modality, the tonality. And this is what we mean by that new high similarity feature. okay, which is pretty cool. You can be the judge, okay? Even if it's equivalent to ElevenLabs, I'd say it's a big win, right? Because it's very expensive for platform with the recurring subscriptions and stuff. And it's the best. They've been doing it for more than 3 years now plus, right? In just voice technology alone, which would be a great achievement by our team in that sense.
All right, Yash, let's just dive right into it. I mean, everywhere you look, people are talking about AI. And for me, it's not just hype, it's genuinely the biggest productivity booster we've seen since, well, maybe electricity or the internet itself.
Whoa, Paul, hold your horses there. Electricity? The internet. I appreciate your optimism, I really do, but I think you're getting a little carried away. When I look at AI, I see a lot of promise, sure, but also a massive amount of overestimation, especially when it comes to actual, tangible productivity gains across the board. We're talking about real, sustained growth, not just fancy demos.
You can do the same thing for Spanish. For example, here's one for Spanish that we've done here with my voice on it. Let's see. Again, with the dubbing feature. I'll talk about that as well as we go along. But check this out. Okay, so let me just play this.
Chicos, de verdad, no entiendo cómo alguien puede mirar el avance de la inteligencia artificial y no sentir una emoción tremenda. Estamos en el umbral de una revolución que va a transformar cada aspecto de nuestras vidas para bien. Piensen en la medicina, en
Pretty cool, right? So meaning I can sound with my English clone voice basically that way, with just like a fluent Spanish speaker. Those who understand Spanish, you can understand that, right?